It's the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and I tell you what, I don't reckon there's going to be too many more people across our state of South Australia pleased to see footy back than our good friends in Eastern Eyre football this weekend. It's been a good solid month since any of these guys had a kick in anger. Well, unless those Eastern Eyre boys who went down to the Flurio on the weekend count. Joining us is one of them, Jarrad Sampson. He didn't have a kick down in the Flurio, but I'm sure he's looking forward to one this week. G'day, mate. How are you?
Hey, mate. Yeah, long time between drinks, isn't it? It's yeah, she's been a drag this last month, but back into it on the weekend, and yeah, can't wait to get out there and have a kick again.
We're going to talk about some governance stuff in a minute, and this is certainly no reflection of Eastern Eyre and its committee or anything like that. It's just overall COVID stuff. In a minute, we're going to get into that, but first of all, the Eyre Peninsula boys, or Western Zone, whatever you want to call them. I think we finally got the rights back to the name Eyre Peninsula for the country champs these days. The Brown and Golds, they did themselves proud down there, finished third overall, and there was quite a few boys. I think Sid Masters finished first or second in the goal kicking, so some Eastern Eyre boys representing.
Yeah, so Sid made team in the carnival. Bobby Rack had a decent weekend down there as well. So, yeah, they've continued their good club footy once they get to that next level. So Scotty Felder's taking the helm again. He seems to bring them together pretty well each year. So had a good weekend. See Riley Maitland's name pretty consistent in the best in each game as well. So good to see the fellas we had in the team contributing and doing quite well for the weekend.
Yeah, spot on, mate. So we'll leave that there. We've already covered off on how the Western Zone went in their 3 games. So we will move straight along now to this week. Now, we've covered off on the ladders in the last couple of weeks because, of course, you didn't play at all through the school holiday period. So we've already done all of that. We know where the season sits right now. We'll give us a refresher in a moment. But in terms of what's happening this week, now, COVID rules have changed here in South Australia, and you guys there on the West Coast are copying the brunt of this. So I believe it's Road Safety Week. That's one of the rounds that I guess is a special round for country footballers. Now, you guys are hosting at Woodner. What did you have planned for this Saturday night, Sambo?
Yeah, so Think Road Safety Week. So put a big promotion on getting people to hang around, stick around, get some accommodation, do the right thing. So had the band booked for the club and, yeah, festivities for the night. But obviously with COVID kicking in as of midnight Thursday night, she's back to half capacity. Could have still had the band, but since you can't have any singing and dancing, that's going to be fun to manage with a few drinks under the belt. So we've pulled the pin on that one, mate. So disappointing, of course. It puts a fair dent into the take for the club, and everyone was itching to get back out, of course, after a month sitting at home or camping. So
we've done this.
Frustrating.
We've come up with this decision on the back of how many cases again in South Australia? Oh, that's right, 0. 3 exposure sites around Tailem Bend. I'm not sure. You'd probably know how far Tailem Bend is away from Woodner better than I would, given that you've been down that part of the world in the past. Sambo, it's a good solid 8-9 hour trip, isn't it?
Yeah, she's a solid. Yeah, it's a full day travel, mate. It's not the most exciting journey.
You'd have to question the logic behind making this a statewide thing and pulling a stunt like this. Again, it's the West Coasters who cop this in the neck through the absolute, and I don't mind saying this on the air, and if anybody wants to counter it, please send me an email, news@flowfm.com.au, but I'm going to say it, I'm going to call it as it is. The clear and utter and blatant stupidity of government has again stepped in to just stop people doing the things that you should be doing. This is road safety round. You should be encouraging people to not drive home after the game. If they want to stay and socialise, stay in Woodner, do the right thing. You do all of the right things, and then government pulls a stunt like this. You must just be tearing your hair out sometimes, Sambo. I know I am, and I'm not even involved.
Yeah, it gets frustrating, mate. Plenty of discussion about possibly chucking a heap of fire buckets out in the car park and just throwing something out there. Having said that, the weather forecast looks pretty wintry for Saturday, so she might be a bit fresh as the night goes on, standing around fire buckets in the car park. So
be a brave copper to book you.
We'll just make it up as we go and just get on with it. Can't do much more than that, can we?
Yeah, if you sense the frustration in my voice, it's because it's real. I'm dealing with clubs and associations and leagues all over the state that have just had their plans turned upside down overnight because some idiot at North Terrace thought like it sounded like a good idea. So, and I don't know how many times it's happened over the last 18 months. Like most people in South Australia, and particularly in country areas, I'm just over it. But let's move on and talk about the footy. You will actually get a game. That's the upside, I guess, mate.
Yeah, we've got a big test this weekend against Rangers, mate. Still haven't dropped the game, so yeah, it's a hard one to step back into. But we took it up to them last time, so yeah, hope with a few more back in. Hopefully we'll be competitive again. Can't ask for much more than that. Probably sums up our season quite well when our runner's gone down with a knee injury too, mate. So it's been one of those years, hasn't it? But yeah, we're getting there. Young Jacob May had his knee recon a couple weeks ago, so wishing him all the best in his recovery. And I think we're slowly getting there, mate. Getting people back on the track as the finals come around. But yeah, here's what it is. We'll just keep chipping away.
Well, an important game for the Rangers. I mean, they'll win this, though. I mean, they're basically already stayed up a top 2 spot anyway. But in your case, I think a win here would sew up a finals berth if it's not already sewn up already. So I guess there's a bit to play for. But really, you're probably looking forward towards the finals, both clubs, by now, aren't you?
Absolutely, mate. We need to have a win to lock in that 4th spot for sure. At the end of the day, 4 games left and Cow are still only 2 games behind us. So It's important we stitch up that 3rd win to open that gap up and put it out of their grasp. So, yeah, still plenty on the line for us. We're and desperate to have some on-field success, mate. It's as much as the year's been successful for our club, it'd be great to get some reward on the park. And, definitely keen to probably learn that song, mate. Haven't had much of a chance to sing it this year, but the time will come.
Well, I hope you get that chance. But good luck to your crew, the Central Eyre United lads there at Woodner. And the Eastern Rangers will definitely take it to you up there in Woodner. The other game in the A grade will be at Cow. Kimber Districts will come down the highway to take on the Cats, and we'll start unbackable favourites, and the Tigers should win comfortably.
I'd definitely be back in Kimber in here. I'd imagine Kempy he'd have to be back fit by now. He's taken those extra few weeks off to get his ribs right, so I'd imagine they'd be coming in pretty well full strength. A few weeks off to get everyone back fit and firing.
Well, he's been named, I can tell you that. So Jesse Kemp's been named, so he'll play. Yep.
So like Cow, much like us, we've pushed sides throughout the year. We just haven't been able to hold it together for 4 quarters. So we've seen that each time Cow have come up against Kimber, they've pushed them for the first half. And I think on one of the occasions they're actually leading at half time. It's just running with the likes of Kimber and Rangers for 4 quarters. It's a hard gig. So they generally just, their class comes out in the end and they can, have got the polish to run a whole game out and put sides away.
That's definitely true. So, all right, should be an interesting weekend of matches in Eastern Eyre football. Sorry to hear that your show has had to be shut down through absolute and blatant stupidity. Not yours, not Eastern Eyre's, but that belongs to the idiots at North Terrace. Wishing you well, mate. All the best and go well on the field.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, looking forward to getting back out there, even if it is going to be a fresh wintry day.